Title: Planning for Home, Putting Trust in Others. Vision: Jessica and her 2 housemates sitting down to breakfast together. Text: At 16, Jessica let her family know she didn't want to live in a disability share house. Jessica's mum, Julianne, speaks.
And this is nearly 20 years ago, and we're going, oh my gosh, what does that look like? At that time, the model was people doing share housing with other people with a disability. So I guess that put us on a bit of a journey of finding out what that would look like for us.
Close-up of Jessica drawing.
Late one night saw a thing on SBS where they'd matched up a person in a lovely home, very old gentleman in Toorak in Melbourne, with a lady who just graduated from university who didn't have much money. In exchange for so many hours of care per week for this gentleman, she could live in his beautiful home in the beautiful neighbourhood. So she had security, great place to live in a nice area. He had security and somebody to just give him enough help so that he could stay at home. And I thought, man, I love that idea. That's what I want to do for Jess.
Jessica and her housemate talk in front of a bedroom door covered in Jessica's colourful artwork.
Such a nice housemate, Jess. Oh, holy doors. They're all mine. I love them.
So we bought a place that we knew multiple people could live in. Living with other people, you need to be able to go to your own space. But it is a house specifically tailored to what she needs in the community. She has fine motor skill issues, can't use keys, so we needed a house that you could get into without keys. So, you know, what does that look? We also live in a community where houses are big and far apart. So we knew that for her security, we wanted her to be in a place where there was lots of houses close together and you could know your neighbours. So that also helped to determine what sort of property we would buy.
Jessica and another housemate making a bed.
So the people that Jessica lives with are just regular people. They pay the rent, but they give Jess so many hours of support per week. And that actually more than covers their rent, their utilities, things like that.
You're silly sometimes?
Am I silly sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you silly sometimes?
No.
I think that's a bit of a...
Text: Housemates are vetted and sign a 12-month contract.
Sometimes we're silly and...
We've always built in this clause in their working contract. We give 3 months and just everyone's got to get out of the contract free. So if it's not working, if they don't like the other people they're living with, and sometimes it hasn't been Jess, it's been another housemate, but everyone gets to just say this isn't working and it's, you know, no shame, no whatever, people can move on.
Jessica and her housemate sitting and talking on bed.
But people love being here. It's been a home where people have felt that they can literally bring their friends over for a barbecue or, you know, have a Halloween party or whatever it is they want to do.
Remember when we had a party here?
Yeah, Halloween party.
We had a Halloween party.
I'm the DJ for it.
You were the DJ for it. And
Yeah, I did.
Who did you dress up as?
Batman.
Do you remember who I dressed up as?
What?
I was Carmen Sandiego.
Photo of Jessica and Coralie in a Batman and Carmen Sandiego costume.
She's with people of her own age, doing things that people her own age do. I'm not going to provide that. I don't know what a 30-year-old wants to do, but other 30-year-olds do. I think Jessica has really embraced the change of moving out of home. In fact, I think she was probably in the end more ready for this than I was. And the reason I know that is that I thought, like just a silly example was doing her own washing. But I thought, is she going to sort it? Is everything going to end up grey? Will she figure out when her clothes are dirty? Just all of that. And I thought, oh, this is going to take weeks of programming, and I even organised for there to be an extra support person in to oversee the washing program. And it was hilarious because the first time she did her own washing, she sorted it, she put on a load at a time, she pressed the button, and guess what? Out came clean clothes and she hung them out.
Jessica doing her laundry.
So I think in many ways I had sort of diminished in my mind what she would be capable of, and she has more than excelled.
Jessica cleaning shower.
My husband and I, selfishly, want to have a life of our own that doesn't revolve around our kids and their comings and goings forever.
Jessica walking with a young woman into the gym.
We have developed a property down by the beach, about an hour away, and we have decided that we're going to go and move down there, at least for a year, to give it a go, see what we think. And we offered Jessica the option to move down with us, and she was just a flat out no.
Jessica and gym employee wave at each other.
She loves her life here, and she is so well known in this community. And that's the beauty of living here. This is the community that Jessica has walked around. The shopkeepers know her, the neighbours know her.
Jessica on sidewalk waves bye to her gym friend.
I'll be out having a coffee and some random person will walk past with their dog and she'll pat the dog, she knows who the dog is, she knows who the owner is. And I think that's why this model has worked so well and why she wouldn't want to leave. Because the more people that know you in your community, the safer you are. That was like a whole mind-bending moment for us, realising it's actually safer to have Jess in this community where everybody knows her than to go somewhere new.
Do you feel safe living here?
Yeah.
All our neighbours, they're pretty kind, aren't they? We look out for each other, don't we?
Yeah.
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 And then sometimes we go for walks into Stirling, don't we?
Yep.
Who do you like to see along the way?
But Toby, a dog.
Do you stop and chat to all the dogs?
Yep. Toby. My favourite dog at the moment. Toby. Big flopper is.
Jessica meets her siblings and Billy the dog for a coffee.
It's very easy to hear our story and think, oh, that's great. And it is. But it is, 5 years of planning went in before Jess even set foot inside the house here.
Jessica chats to barista.
I'd say the first thing you need to do is build your network. You can't do it on your own. You need a community. I need a community of people around me to make my life work. Same for Jessica. And start early, start making your friendships while your kids are at school. I think the other thing you need to do if you want to run this model is put a bit of trust in other people. You can't be driven by fear and worry, because fear and worry will cut off your capacity to embrace change. Jessica's life grows and changes just like anybody else's life does. And to shut yourself off to those possibilities is not doing the best for yourself or for your kids. So we just want to be able to be those people that can release Jess to be the best version of herself that she can be.
Jessica walking through a green leafy suburb as screen fades to black. Graphic text. With thanks to Julianne for sharing her insight into creating a supportive housemate model, and to Jessica, Coralie, and Emma for sharing their home. This film was created on the lands of the Parramac and Ghana people. Closing slide, graphic text. Produced by Purple Orange for My Home, My Way. www.myhomemyway.com.au. This video was part of the National Alliance of Capacity Building Organisations My Home, My Way project. This video was funded by the Australian Government Department of Social Services. NACBO makes every effort to provide accurate and up-to-date material. However, information is subject to change, and our material is for reference only.